Alright, so I'm going to be replacing the screen on this 900X notebook. This is a Samsung laptop. The exact model number is NP900X3B. Alright, the customer brought me a screen. Hopefully it's the right one. It looks about the same. So it has these two hinges with 3 screw holes and then the cable here. Alright, anyways, we're going to remove the bottom cover. It looks like we're going to need a PH or JIS 0 screwdriver. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that. And let's go ahead and remove all the screws from the bottom. Alright, I'm thinking there's probably some hidden screws underneath here, but we'll find out. Alright, you want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. The way I do that, I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So you have 4 here, 2 here, and 4 here. Right, it looks like the customer lost 1 screw here and 1 screw here. So yeah, anyways, you gotta be careful here. You don't want to strip the screws, so make sure you put enough pressure down so that the screwdriver doesn't come out of the screw. If it does pop out of the screw, you might want to check maybe your screwdriver is the wrong size. Okay, and yeah, make sure that it's not going to pop out. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue removing all these screws. If this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rest of these screws out. By the way, there is a battery reset little hole there that you can press with a folded out paper clip, one of the smaller paper clips. Sometimes if the computer doesn't power up, you might have to press and hold that button for about 15 seconds or longer. Alright, and that should solve the issue. Okay, hopefully this doesn't have any hidden screws, but we'll find out. Let's go ahead and try and pop this cover off. Okay, so I'm just going to use a suction cup first and see if we can get it up with that. Okay, looks like the front comes up easily. The back seems like there's some clips here that I just run my fingernail in here, right? And you can see it pops out very easily. You can use plastic pry tools, of course. I just use my fingernails. And there we go. We got the bottom cover off. Pretty simple. All right, I'm going to clean this off. I'll use a toothbrush, brush off the dust to loosen it up. And then I have an electric air blower that I use to get the loose dust out. We'll also brush off this. I don't know why it's missing a fan in here. It looks like there's supposed to be a second fan here, but it's missing. As you can see, there's 2 screws here, no fan. It has the fan connector, so somebody pulled a fan out of here and didn't put it back. I'm not sure why, but yeah. All right, and then, are you kidding me? What is this design? So I don't know what this plastic thingy is here. There's the cable here, and for some reason they decided to make the cable go underneath the heatsink. So I'm gonna have to redo. Oh my god, this is the worst design they could have done for this. Hopefully we can lift this up without bending this pipe. I'm gonna try and lift it slightly. It looks like it might have a slight bend in it already, but it looks like the screws go underneath the heatsink here. So yeah, this job is going to be more pricey than I expected if I am going to have to take the motherboard out to get the screws from the other side. I guess I might not have to take the whole motherboard out. I might be able to take the fan out and then lift the motherboard up enough to be able to slide the cable out from underneath here. But we'll see. RAM appears to be soldered to the motherboard. This looks like the SSD, which is an SATA SSD. I'm not going to pull this stuff out because it looks like I'll have to peel out all this adhesive, which can be risky. But there's 2 screws there. Then it pops up slightly. You can pull it out. Speaker connector here. These have these little connectors where you kind of just pry it up, but we're not going to pop those out. All right, you got the DC jack charge port connector here. Inside here looks really gross. I don't know if you can see that. Fan connector here. BIOS, CMOS, RTC, real-time clock, battery connector here, right? Keyboard connector here. This is most likely trackpad connector, but I'm not gonna, well, I guess we will have to pull out the battery, so we'll find out. There's another one of these clip-in, snap-in connectors here, then the wireless card here, and another speaker connected here. Right, anyways, let's go ahead and actually take the battery out. It looks like this also uses PH0 or JIS0 screws, so I'm using a JIS0 screwdriver to remove them. Okay, again, keep them all in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. All right, looks like there's 3 at the top and 2 at the bottom, so we got those 3 out, and then we'll get the 2 down here out. Okay. All right, so now that we got all those screws out, hopefully we can just pop the battery up and remove it. I like to go over here, the connector's right there, so we'll get underneath and then just pull this up. Oh, it's kind of stuck. Wow, that's stuck in there pretty good. All right, so we're gonna try and pull this up. And why is it stuck so hard? Is it one where we can pull it back? Let's try and go from down here. Okay, and maybe we can slide this back this way. I guess that kind of works. Usually it's like you pop it up like that, but there we go. We pulled it back a little and then we were able to flip it up. And there you go, we got the battery out. Battery model number, is there one here? Okay, I'm guessing it's this tiny thing here, which is 1588-3366. If not, you can probably search that 900X battery or something, Samsung 900X battery. Make sure it looks like this and has these notches here. Okay, and then here you can see, yes, this cable goes to the trackpad or touchpad here, and there's 2 connections to this little board here. Okay, I'm going to clean out the dust real quick, and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. Cleaned it up a bit. Alright, battery's a bit cleaner. Bottom cover's a bit cleaner. There's stuff here that kind of doesn't clean off completely. But yeah, I removed most of the loose dust. Okay, one thing you want to do after removing the battery, open up the screen and then press and hold the power button for about 15 seconds to drain any residual power. Alright, this makes it a lot safer to work on. Alright, especially since we're going to be messing with the screen. And yeah, if you don't do this, there's a very good chance that you will fry the, what do you call, the logic board, backlight circuit, the screen. I should have showed, I didn't turn it on earlier, but the screen was very badly cracked, and you can see like rainbow lines and stuff all over it. Hopefully I won't need the charger to power it back on, because sometimes on these models, on the laptops, if you disconnect the battery and drain the power, you do have to plug it back in for it to start up properly. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead and disconnect the screen cable because that's what we're working on, and we're going to see if we can somehow get this going. So we're going to pull this up. A lot of times this pull tab doesn't work, so I use my fingernail underneath here, okay, to help pry it up, and there you go, comes out pretty easily. Here you can see this is trapped under here. Let's go ahead and remove the fan here. So there's 2 screws holding this fan down. Hopefully that will be enough for us to move it aside, and then hopefully we won't have to remove other stuff to get the cable out. So we got that. Let's see if we can lift the fan up. Okay, it looks like it comes out, and then we're going to disconnect the fan. I just use my fingernails here, and then I kind of just wiggle this connector, and there we go. Sometimes it doesn't pop out that easily, and you kind of have to just keep wiggling it, and eventually it will pop out. Alright, now that we've got this fan out, I can actually clean the fan a bit better. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be back. I'm also going to clean out this area here. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. We cleaned up the fan here. You can see it's a lot better now. Okay, a lot better than before. Alright, anyways, let's see here. So that fan was going that way. Alright, and we cleaned out this as well. It's a lot cleaner now. Let's see if we can somehow remove this cable. Okay, it looks like, I don't know how you would remove this plastic piece. Does it just pop out? It looks like it somewhat pops out here. So let's see, because I think we can actually tuck this cable underneath here and swing it out. So let's go ahead and give that a try. We're going to lift this up slightly, if anything, let me see, we can remove some screws holding this board down to make it a little bit easier. Is this being held down here with the screws? Okay, I think the fan screws here are somewhat holding it down, so let's go ahead and remove this screw here. Is that holding it down? Yeah, it is. Okay, and let's remove this screw here. Okay, so yeah, if you had the fans here, just remove those fans. All right, and you can see we can lift this up quite a bit more. I'm not going to take everything out, so we're just going to lift it enough that we can get this cable out, hopefully. And maybe I'll use a popsicle stick or something to help here. Let's see, I got one. Okay, we're going to use a popsicle stick and see if we can get that underneath to help hold it up. Just a bit. There we go. And then can we swing this out this way? Kind of. We'll push this. Okay, so it helps to kind of push the cable that it lifts it up like that. And can we somehow get this out completely? There we go. So that worked. We were able to get that out. I'm going to remove the popsicle stick. And does this plastic piece come out though? What's holding this down? That's what I don't understand. Okay. So this plastic piece here, it wiggles around. I don't know what's holding it in place. But yeah, let's see. Can we somehow lift this out? Oh, there we go. It just pops out. Okay, so it looks like there's a clip here, and a clip here, and a clip here. So there's 3 clips. Can you see that? There you go. One on either side and one in the center, and that's how it holds itself down. So no big deal. We'll pop this cable out. All right, that was kind of, I don't know, it's a stupid design. I don't know why they did it that way, but okay. All right, we're probably gonna have to zoom out so we can do this. Give me a second. I need to answer a few messages and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead and see if we can swap the screen. Again, hopefully it's the same model because I'm not sure. We're gonna open this screen up pretty much all the way, flip the laptop over, hang this like that, and the screen is basically hanging off the edge of the desk right now. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more so you can see the hinges. There we go. And we'll move the fan over there. And let's go ahead and remove all these screws. Right, 3 screws on each hinge. Again, keep all the screws in order. Okay. Other than the stupid heatsink design, this is relatively simple to replace if you have the entire screen assembly, it seems. Okay. The wireless antennas are attached to this board, if you're wondering. They don't go into the screen. Okay. There we go. All 6 screws removed. Then we can go ahead and lift the screen out just like this. So this is the old screen, and we're going to set that aside. Then we'll grab the new one, make sure the hinges are also opened all the way, and we're going to do the same thing. Just put that like this. Okay. By the way, this screen is also pulled from an old laptop, and that's why it looked dirty. Okay. We'll get these all tightened into place. Okay. The hinge design looks like it goes into solid metal as well as plastic. So the one in the centers, it looks like it has one of those metal, I don't know what they're called, rivets or something, whatever they're called, that go into plastic. And the outside ones look like they go into the metal casing. Okay, so there we go. And last one. Alright. There we go. Alright, so now we can go ahead and close the screen. Okay, be careful, make sure the cable's not stuck in there somewhere. We're going to flip this over. Then we're going to have this follow the routing again. Okay, actually we can pull this out first to make it a little bit easier. Get this cable underneath here. Okay, so get the cable underneath, have it go around just like this. All right, pull the cable through. All right, make sure you get the cable all the way through that's needed. There we go. Okay, then you can go ahead and slot this back in like that. All right, and pull extra cable out so that you have the excess slack to slide that plastic thing underneath like before. Make sure again that you get that in all the way. All right, so we'll get this, oops, I should have zoomed in for you guys. There you go. We're gonna get this plastic thing back into place. Again, it goes underneath, so make sure to thread some or lift some wire up. Line that up, click this back into place. All right, might be a little tricky to find the proper alignment. There we go. I did have to kind of like twist it a little like that, so pushed with my thumb and pulled up with my index finger, and it clicked in. Then we're gonna get this cable, make sure to get that all lined up. Okay, then we can line up this piece here and get this lined up and click that down. Good. Once everything is all good and clicked into place, make sure that's good. We can go ahead and get the screws back in. So this fan side had 2 screws. Okay, so get those in. One there. All right, and the second one here. There we go. Make sure the screws go in tight. All right, then we got this fan. We're gonna put this back in. Make sure you get the connector in the right way, right? It looks like the connector went this way where the plastic is full on top. You don't wanna put it upside down where the exposed metal pins are showing. Okay, so we're gonna line that up. And then we can pinch that into place. Good. All right, now that we've got that, just get this back into place. Okay. Just like that. This goes slightly underneath the LCD LVDS cable, and then we will get these 2 screws back in as well. Okay, just like this. I'm going to loosely fit the screws first, and then that way we can kind of pull this as close to the heatsink as possible, and then tighten the screws down. There we go. Good. Now let's go ahead and get the battery back in, and we're pretty much good to go. We'll power it up. Hopefully the screen will come up without any issues. And yeah, all right, so we'll line this up. Okay, line up these raised metal posts here on these, and then these 2 just line up there. Get that in, and then push that down into place. Good. Now let's go ahead and get the 3 screws at the top back in. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. These screws kind of like skip, so I'm kind of curious if a PH1 won't work, JIS1 won't work, so you do have to use a 0. All right, there we go, and then we'll get the bottom 2 in. Very simple, straightforward. Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and zoom out a bit more and get the bottom cover on. Zoom out a little bit more. Okay, I'm assuming the bottom cover is going to be very simple to put back. Just drop it back on top, snap the clips at the back in. Okay, snap these back in. All right, just like that. Make sure everything is aligned back there. Good. Check the sides, and then put back the bottom screws, and that's pretty much it. We're going to power it up, make sure the screen looks good. The customer brought me a screen protector to put on, which I'm not going to really do that on camera. Basically, I'm going to have to clean the screen really well and then put that on. Usually I'll do that inside of like a trash bag or something, because then there's no dust that will be floating around. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to record that, but basically I would open the computer inside of a trash bag so that's like a dust-free environment, and then put the screen protector on in there. But the screen needs to be super clean to do that, so I need to let the customer know, because I didn't know they were bringing one of those, and for me to do that it's gonna cost him extra. So yeah, anyways, we'll get these last few screws in, and then we'll try and power it up. Hopefully it works okay. He didn't give me the charger, so I can't really test with that if there's something wrong with it, if it doesn't turn on without the charger. So hopefully it will turn on without the charger. I'm hoping it will, because the CMOS BIOS battery is separate and I didn't remove that. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, so we got all those bottom screws back in except the two that were missing. Let's flip this over, power it up, and see what we got. Alright. Yep, and we got good. So the screen is working, Windows is starting, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, if it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Strap this. Bye.